Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us today. So much fun we're having here in Budapest, meeting all the members of the Atlassian community. Special thanks to META-INF for putting this together. My name is Raj Sehmi. I work in customer success at Refined. A bit about myself to start with. I'm a software enthusiast, product advocate, and music nerd, originally from Kenya, now living in Sweden for the past few years. Today I want to talk to you about enhancing service management on JSM for all teams using Refined for Cloud. So for those of you that might be unfamiliar with Refined, we're a marketplace partner making a site building tool for both Jira and Confluence on both cloud and data center. We've been on the marketplace for more than 12 years now, first with a theming app for Confluence Server. Some of you might remember Refined Wiki original theme. This has since evolved into a fully fledged site builder for both Confluence and Jira. We've currently got more than 5,000 customers globally using our apps to get more value out of Jira and Confluence. The customers range from these larger enterprises to small startups, all using the flexibility of Refined for different purposes and different audiences. Some of the common use cases for Refined sites with both Confluence and Jira are intranets. We've got the support sites, the help centers, documentation and knowledge base sites. But again, the flexibility allows you to build whatever you like, and you can also do unlimited sites powered from one Atlassian instance. But enough about that. Let's talk about service management. And to start with, let's talk about the native JSM experience and why JSM is such a great tool for service management. To start with, you have the knowledge base integration in Confluence. So we're all using Confluence most likely for one purpose or the other. It becomes so easy to layer on JSM and take advantage of the knowledge base functionality with Confluence. You can integrate this together and serve both your end users, the customer users, with self-service content, but also make it easier for your agents to be able to access related knowledge base articles as they work on these tickets. The integration with development tools, Jira Software, Bitbucket, and more. You can easily align business, product, and IT teams on the same platforms. And then it becomes so easy. Let's say a customer has reported a bug or something like that via a JSM ticket. It's so easy to link it to the Jira Software ticket that your dev team is working on that bug, and then through that integration, easily communicate back. It makes such a seamless experience. The implementation aspect. It's quick and easy to get started, especially on cloud, so you should migrate. But it can also be configured for more complex use cases, so you can mold it to meet your needs. And then finally, the rich marketplace. There's so many extensions, so many customization options, so you can really tweak JSM to meet exactly what you want it to do. And that leads me into what we bring to the table as Refined to enhance the service management experience, make it even more seamless for the end user. The first aspect I want to talk about is the navigation and structure. Putting tools in place to allow admins, to allow end users to easily access what they need. So end users need to be able to browse through the help center, find what they need with ease. Let's take the example of an internal site, an intranet maybe. You have your employees going here to consume policies, have this sort of single source of truth within the organization, but they also need to access IT service management, HR service management. How can we ensure that they can navigate easily between these different contexts? Firstly, you have the navigation menu on site level. It becomes an easy website experience to navigate through. It's so easy to nest your service desk projects within the site hierarchy, like in this example here, together with knowledge spaces from Confluence. You're proactively creating structure that can contribute to solving navigation problems and can help end users have an easier time going to where they need to go. From the admin side of things, this also promotes operating efficiently at scale. It's easy to add this structure and then to scale up. You can easily add to the navigation. If you have more service desk projects being created, more knowledge base spaces being created, add them into your hierarchy where they fit best. And then the second way, the actual landing pages. Customize these using modules to show either static links, like what I have here with the FAQs and the request support, guiding your users on a journey through your sites, Or you can use more dynamic modules, picking up content from Confluence, from JSM, and then serving these to end users as per the filters you define as the admin. Talking about page building, tailoring the UX to your audience is now easier than ever with our new "What you see is what you get" page builder. Come by our booth to see a more in-depth demo and learn about the full power of this. We're very excited to have this out now. And on the topic of look and feel, I also want to talk about the identity aspect of your service management sites. Aligning the look and feel even more with your brand. You want your service management sites to align with your brand, with your organization, with your websites. This helps to improve the user experience and boost familiarity as well. So we've got an in-product theme editor. It's easy to use and allows you to add your graphic profile and colors to your refined sites. We're going for a low-code, no-code approach here. So you don't have to be a designer or a developer to make a good-looking theme, and your users will appreciate you for it. Each site that you create and refine has its own site settings. You can add a custom logo, but what I really want to point out here is the custom domain feature. Add a custom domain to each of your sites, align with your already existing websites, and make it easy for your end users to both remember and revisit your sites. Next, the adoption aspect. Service management needs to be easy to use. Users want to use the platform and have a great experience doing this. We've defined the sense of familiarity with the look and feel, the branding, the custom domain. Now we need to think about how the users will use the site and their expectations. Users today have high expectations for digital tools. Websites need to make sense to them without a learning curve. The service management experience needs to be naturally intuitive. Centralize your content so your end users don't have to change context all the time. Build the landing pages to include Confluence pages and JSM request types on the same landing page. This allows your end users to pick if they want to go the service management route and create a request directly to get in touch with you, or if they want to go the self-service route and consume content themselves. Once they create the request and send this in, then they're still on the same context. They haven't gone to another site. They can still go ahead and read something or navigate to their request. And then we thought a bit, how can we take this a step further, make it even more intuitive? So for the editors of Confluence pages, they can embed request types using refined functionality right on the Confluence page. Let's say someone is reading your vacation policy. They can click to pop the request type right on that Confluence page, send in their vacation request, and then either navigate to the request if they need to, or keep consuming the content that you have regarding your vacations. And then the search aspect. How do we ensure that the end users are able to find what they need when they make a search for it, or if they make a search that ends up with a dead end? Enter promoted search results. This helps admins to guide their users when they search. The admin defines what link will show up if the users search for specific matchwords. The setting right at the bottom, pinning the link to the search results, ensures that users will never end up on a dead end. Let me show you how this looks like. If I search for one of the matchwords, then I get that recommended search result at the top of my search results. And if I search for something that gives me no results at all, then we have the fail-safe of that recommended search result still popping up there. So your users will never enter a full dead end. All right, apart from what we've talked about now, let's also talk about the transparency aspect. You can also allow end users insight into what's being worked on across teams in an organization, or also to external users, say your customers. Show them what you're working on, what's coming up soon. Build issue trackers built on issues from Jira software, filtering these issues down from one project into different lists based on admin-defined filters. In my example here, you can have what's currently open, recently resolved issues, all issues coming in the next release, and by doing this, proactively cut down on support requests by giving your end users visibility into what's happening within your organization. When they're actually viewing an issue, take away the noise that they don't need to see. Serve stakeholders that might not be comfortable in the native Jira interface, in this sort of interface, much less intimidating. So these benefits, they're not limited to the traditional definitions of service management. It's the new standard of service for any department working cross-functionally across an enterprise, either with JSM or Jira itself. So why should you do this? Firstly, you have a structured and standard way of working across the organization, aligning teams on the same platform. You're still working in Jira, but it's an easy-to-manage UI. It's a minimal learning curve for stakeholders that might be uncomfortable in native Jira. And the ways to do this, you can either integrate with a single site, maybe an intranet, and create a centralized hub, or you can do separate use case specific sites based on your needs. It's all up to you. I'm going to show you an internal example. So at Refined, all of our teams use Jira or Jira Service Management for different purposes. And this is our marketing Jira project. It's on our intranet. And for me as a user who's not in the marketing team, if I want to see what they're working on, I can quite easily go here and view their issues, or I can create a task for them. For example, helping me out with this slide deck. Cheers to marketing. And then a use case specific site. Let's say that you're launching a website. You're presenting content from one Jira project, one Confluence space, to multiple stakeholders in an easy to consume way. Divide that project into functions, create these tailored landing pages for the same. Use these different filters to show documentation from Confluence, the different epics, all coming from that one project, the different open issues, for example. Maybe add some navigation icons, taking the stakeholders to, for example, the project plan. And then here they can view that Confluence space, see what's going on, see what the status is. They have another list of issues there that they can browse through. And for someone in a more specific team, let's say the design team, they have a design landing page, again, filtering issues from that same project, but now with only the design context. So it's quite easy for them to be able to see what's happening, what they need to work on, what's been completed, and so on. Essentially, this is the golden rule I want to share with you. Build for audiences. Think about who the target audience is, what they need to access, how they'll use your site. And this is important because you want to have one place with all the info that they need. You don't want them to change context all the time. Confluence and JSM, as we know, they're super-powered tools for this already. The base features are in place for you. Spaces, space permissions, project permissions. And then use Refine to enhance this even further. Now it's time for you to explore what you can do with Refined. Reach more people, for more purposes, all powered from the same Atlassian tools. Thank you so much for attending and for listening. Please feel free to come by the booth to learn more about Refined. We also have a workshop tomorrow where we'll be building a help center from scratch. We'll be including content from JSM, Confluence, and Jira. So if you want to try this out yourselves, hands-on, see you tomorrow for that. Thank you.